I can understand why the Palestinians hate us Israelis so much. It is not because we stole their land. Until they started a war against us in 1947, not 1 square inch of Arab land was stolen by the Jews. After the war, some Arab land passed into Jewish hands. But that is what happens when you decide to start a war. You might lose. They don't hate us because of the occupation, since they hated us before the establishment of Israel and continue to hate us after 2005, when Israel withdrew from Gaza. They might claim that they hate us because we have prevented them from having a state, but that can't be right, since they have had many opportunities to say yes to a Palestinian state. They hate us because hate is the only thing they are good at. They do hating really well, not only in Israel, by the way. Did you know that in the 90s, almost 500,000 Palestinians were kicked out of Kuwait for supporting Saddam Hussein? And they caused a lot of trouble in Jordan, so lots of them were kicked out of there as well. Palestinians murdered the Prime Minister of Jordan in 1971. After they shot him dead, one of the assassins went down on his knees, and I can't even say what he did. The Palestinians from Jordan made their way to Lebanon and brought chaos to the country. Lebanon had been the pearl of the Middle East. There was a large community of Arab Christians, and usually where you have Arab Christians in Arab Muslim countries, you have more prosperity. But once the Palestinians settled in Lebanon, the Christians upped and left, and Lebanon started going downhill. If what I'm saying here is new to you, if you didn't know that the Palestinians caused a lot of trouble in Kuwait, Lebanon, and Jordan, then that is not your fault, really. The media doesn't like to talk about it. If Israel were to expel 500,000 Palestinians, the media would talk about nothing else for hundreds of years. But Kuwait expels 500,000 and the world is like, did we hear anything? Nope. A large part of the media wants to depict the Palestinians as victims, and them being troublemakers just doesn't fit the narrative. If you don't agree with what I say, please prove me wrong. If you can, give me the name of one Jewish settlement that was built on Arab land before 1947. Did Kuwait expel 500,000 Palestinians? Did a Palestinian assassinate the Prime Minister of Jordan and then licked up his blood from the floor? But please don't call me names just because you don't like what I say. I am a very sensitive guy, and I'm just getting started. So the Palestinians are very good at hating, and no, it is not because they are poor. They choose terror. They choose to hate. The Palestinians get more money per capita than any real refugees in the world, but they choose not to invest it in civil infrastructure and new technologies. No, they choose to build rockets and shoot at Israeli civilians and build tunnels, not to protect their civilians, but to protect Hamas terrorists. The Palestinians do actually have a choice. Sometimes it seems as if the world is forgetting that. And let me remind you that about 70% of the Palestinians in the West Bank support Hamas and support the killing of Jews. They hate the idea of a strong Jewish state, and they hate every value that we Israelis stand for. Israel is the world leader when it comes to innovation, startup, agriculture, and water management, from desalination to irrigation. There is probably some Israeli technology in the device you're holding in your hand. Can you think of any Palestinian innovation that have made the world a better place? Israel was the third national movement to give women the right to vote. We had a female prime minister 50 years ago. Last year, Gaza introduced a new law. Unmarried women are not allowed to leave the house without the permission of their male guardians. Israel is a democracy that has freedom of speech. I can stand here and say whatever I want about the Israeli government, which is a total failure. Just try to say anything against the Hamas government in Gaza. They hate us because we cherish life and they cherish death. Think shaheeds or martyrs and jihad. They say that about themselves. Hate is the only thing they have managed to do consistently. Maybe that's why they are so good at it. They also pass it on to their kids so that their kids can have the same miserable life that they have had. Have a look at the next generation of Palestinians. Think about it. When was the last time you saw Palestinian TV? Not what the BBC and CNN tell you about the Palestinians, but what they themselves say and see.
وأنت يا زكريا شهر بس مهندس؟ ليش بدك تصير مهندس؟ شرف أجري أو
معظم رياض الأطفال تابعة لأخواتنا في حركة المقاومة الإسلامية حماس، فعندما نجد أنه الأطفال منذ الصغر يتربين على هذه الثقافة. الله غايتنا في سبيل الله، فتنمى عند الأطفال منذ الطفولة حب الجهاد وحب لقاء الله وحب مقارعة الأعداء، كل هذا منذ الطفولة.
الناحية الثانية، الله سبحانه وتعالى أخبر عنه بأنه لعنهم الله وغضب عليهم وجعل منهم القردة والخنازير.
لماذا ينجبون أعدادا كبيرة من البنات والبنين؟ كان الرد جميل، رد جميل. نحن ننجب هؤلاء بكثرة لندفعهم حتى للموت.
الحمد لله رب العالمين، كل شباب الإسلام في قطاع غزة، كل شباب المسلمين في قطاع غزة يحبون الشهادة كما أعداؤنا الكلاب الكفار اليهود يحبون الحياة. نحن على هذا الدرب، نسأل الله تعالى أن نكون على هذا الدرب، ونسأل الله العلي العظيم أن يكون الملتقى.
ثم أنا الشهادة وسام شرف لأهل الشهيد في الدنيا غير مقام في الآخرة، نعتبرها إحنا وسام شرف لأهله في الدنيا.
وأنا كل صلاة إن أنا وأبوك وأخواتك بنات وأولاد كلكم تكونوا شهداء في سبيل الله. لما تجينا المنية نكون كلنا شهداء في سبيل الله. وأنا طبعا بفتخر في محمد، بفتخر الحمد لله. يعني أنا الحمد لله أولادي كلهم متدينين وكويسين
ما شاء الله.
وأنا الحمد لله والله أولادي وكلهم كلهم يستشهدوا في سبيل الله. أنا بكون مبسوطة، يعني أنا الحمد لله هذا الطريق بحبها.
وكنا بنتمنى الشهادة، وكنا إن شاء الله في سبيل الله. لو قتلونا كلنا مش حنبطل ضرب صواريخ ولا حنبطل مقاومة جهاد.
دار الشهيد أحب شيء إلى الله. الشهيد له دار لا يوجد أحسن منها. الشهداء هم أول من يدخلوا الجنة. الشهداء لا يسعقون في نفخة الصور، لا يجب دم الشهيد حتى يرى الحور العين.
كلها لازم ينجموا على اليهود ما يخلوش ولا يهود في أرض فلسطين.
عمليات الدعس، عمليات الطعن والاشتباك المسلح في المخيمات.
إيش أكيد هدول العمليات تحت ترفع الرأس ولفلسطين. العمليات هاي تحت الدعس والسكاكين هاي إيش بيرفع الرأس لفلسطين.
كنا نسأل هتلر لما تقتل بعض منكم كي يرينا كما أنتم خبيثون، من تحت الأرض نخرج إليكم ندق الرعب في قلوبكم، ومن فوق الأرض بصواريخنا نقطعكم أشلاء. إن
شاء الله قريبا سنحملهم على أكتافنا لنلقي بهم إلى حفر هتلر الذي أراد أن يحرقهم.
Did I already say that about 70% of the Palestinians support what you just saw? I don't think for 1 second that the Palestinians support the Western fantasy of diversity and inclusivity. Please give this video a like and share it on other platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I want to thank all my Ko-fi supporters. It is only with your help that I can make these videos and spread the not so popular yet very basic truth. See you in the next video. Yalla bye.